Hi, friends. Melissa here. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I've got some special people that are teaching tonight's workshop. I've got Kaydee. She's a doTERRA impact advocate. And Julie, she is an essential oil pet expert. Yes, you are, Julie. And I've got Holly. Holly, you have got success stories with essential oils and pets, and you're here because this is a passion for you. Is that fair to say?
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. Okay, Kaydee, Julie, this is your passion project. I am just so thankful that you're here because I'm learning from you tonight. So whoever is going first, please take it away.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. We just wanted to introduce ourselves a little bit further. So Julie, I will let you introduce yourself and all your fur babies.
Thanks. I have been with doTERRA since 2017, I think. Um, and I started using doTERRA to try and tox free my home for my pets. I didn't want them walking on toxic things and licking their paws after I mopped the floor, for example. So I have a few horses, 2 dogs, 2 cats, and some kids. That's not everything you see on the screen, but that's a few of them. And I have
Awesome.
been studying with Dr. Janet Rourke, who is one of doTERRA's veterinary advisors, and doing lots of learning, which I love to share.
Awesome. My name is Kaydee Mohl. I've been with doTERRA since I think 2017 or 2018 as well. And I originally started wanting to look into essential oils because I had cleaned out the bathtub with Lysol and then had a bubble bath. And I started wondering how much was Lysol and how much was bubble bath that I was soaking in. And then it was actually funny because the next day I saw my cats licking their paws and I thought, that's really gross. I just cleaned the floors and now they've ingested it. And so that's kind of what started the idea of essential oils. And then I started thinking it's really not great how much over the counter stuff we're doing and taking. And there has to be a better alternative. And I ended up going for a job interview to be on someone's doTERRA team. And I had no idea that doTERRA was essential oils. And then my kid arrived, and it has been amazing ever since. And I have several animals. These are my current animals. I have all rescues. And I also worked for the FCCA. I started volunteering there when I was 6, and I worked there until I was 20. And then I worked in vet hospitals for a number of years doing all the jobs. And so animals are kind of my thing, and they just find me. So we're really excited to share with you about all the things because not only are they amazing little creatures, but they are very much part of our families, and they deserve to have their best natural health and wellness as well. So let's get started. Am I doing the introduction, Julie?
Do you want me
That we
to?
decide in the end? Okay. So welcome. And today we're going to dive into a topic that is close to all of our hearts, which is using essential oils with our furry friends or furry family members. And pets are a cherished part of our lives. Just as we seek natural wellness solutions for ourselves, essential oils can offer incredible solutions and benefits to our pets as well. And at doTERRA, we prioritize safety and well-being, and we've collaborated with veterinary experts to receive guidance on how to use these essential oils responsibly, but also effectively with our pets. Something that's kind of cool about doTERRA is that they always operate with integrity and a very high moral code. And one of the things that they had decided at one point was to create a pet line or a pet kind of product section, and they knew how important it was to people. But when they started looking at it, they felt like it would be very deceitful to create a whole separate pet line because a lot of the things that we use for ourselves would be the same ones that we would be using for our pets. So they didn't want you to have to buy 2 bottles of lavender, for example, just because they're labeled differently. And so what's really cool is we get to use the same things, some of them with our pets that we get to use with ourselves. And then we also have an entire veterinary advisory board who uses these products every single day, not only in their homes and with their personal pets and animals, but also with their patients. And so we have people who are really guiding us, and they're also dispelling a lot of the myths and a lot of the different scare tactics about essential oils around pets. And so we're really excited to share that with you in this class, not only how to be using them, but also how to use them safely and effectively and the practical ways to support their health naturally. So I'm going to turn it over to Julie.
Okay. The safest and most common way to use essential oils is to diffuse them. But you have to be careful. Animals have a heightened sense of smell, far more sensitive than ours. So we have to be mindful of how we use them and how we introduce them and how much they're diluted. I can't stress enough how important it is to use CPTG or therapeutic grade essential oils that are pure and free of toxins. Like, don't be fooled by the labels you see in the store that say 100% pure oil, but on the back it says caution, don't get on your skin, or caution this and that they're not pure, and those will really affect your pets much more than yourself. When you are diffusing, to ensure your pets can leave the room if they want. If they don't like it, they have an option to leave. Never diffuse in a small enclosed space like your bathroom when the pets are in there with you. But on the flip side, you also might find that your pets love what you're diffusing and they will go and park themselves right under the diffuser and take it all in. We did do a post in the group a couple days ago about the slowly method for self-selection. So if you, for a cat or a dog or a horse, anything really, if you hold the bottle up to them with the lid still on and see their reaction, and if they sniff it or try to lick it or want to get closer, they love it. If they kind of just are neutral and like not worried about it, then that's also a good sign. If they like back up or turn away, then you don't want to use that one. It's not their jam. And just remember to, kind of observe them when you're first using essential oils, for first diffusing them, see their reactions, and start with less, and then you can work up to it a little bit more. But just remember that they are so much more sensitive than us. We have to keep that in the back of our minds all the time.
Can I ask a
Absolutely.
question?
Of course.
What, like when you were working with, say, your horses, what did you notice when you were talking about observation? What were some of the signs when you were with the horses that they're like, yes, this is like,
Well, they try to eat the bottle.
oh,
They try to take it out of my hand.
that is a win.
And my dog now, I just say, do you want oils? And she runs into my bedroom and flips on her back so I can put them on her belly.
That's so good.
Oh.
She gets quite excited about them, to the point that I put oils on myself and then she rolls on her back. And I'm like, okay, fine, you can have a little bit of rose today, I guess. So.
Oh, Holly, sorry, I want to ask a question too, because it's so
Okay.
cute. It's like, Katie, that's like so good. Holly,
Yeah.
what about your pup? Like, like how do you know when she's like loving the oils? Like, what do you see?
Well, the one best part was that I did reach out to Julie a few times because my dog, who's my whole world, she got UTIs all the time. Not all the time, but enough that it was ridiculous. And yeah, so then I reached out to Julie because I was tired of just giving her the medicine, which seemed like then like 6 months later she would just have another one again. So I reached out and she gave me the recipe. She was even so kind as to give me make a little bottle of oils for me because there was one oil I didn't have, and it cleared her up like in a couple of days. And then she did get another one, whatever, 9 months later or whatever, and it worked again. And I'm laughing about what Katie just said about the cat, because my cat wasn't feeling well one day and I was literally bawling because I thought he was so sick. And I read a bunch of stuff and I went to look at something I had of Janet Rourke's on that I have downloaded. And it said to put Digest Zen and rub it on his belly. And then when I went in the second time, he actually rolled over so I could rub it on him a second time. And within the day, he was back to himself again. So yeah. My cat and my dog are like my whole world. And they're the children. I never had children, so they really are my children. Yeah. So
That's
it's pretty
amazing.
important to me because I also, yeah, and I live way out here. So I also don't have the ability to just, I mean, it's an hour for me to drive to a vet. So it's really important that the things that I have things, at that I have that I can make for them. And yeah, and I can't say enough about Janet Rourke and the things, the freebies she gives away about how to make things like 1% or 2%, how she explains to make them just for pets. So yeah, and nothing but success with the animals. My biggest excitement now is about stuff for mosquitoes and for mosquitoes for my dog, because I think that, and ticks, because I live out in the woods.
And that just shows how empowering doTERRA is as well, just not only for ourselves, but also for our pets, that we can come up with these solutions, you know, in the middle of the night, you have to, and you don't have to go to the emergency vet, and you save yourself several $1,000s sometimes. So it's definitely a great thing. I just wanted to elaborate a little bit further on what Julie was saying about the certified pure tested grade. This is an older graphic, but I really like this one. We used to have our slogan as certified pure therapeutic grade. They are still just as therapeutic as they were. It's just a legal issue. So tested grade is what it says now. But I wanted to show you this because it is so important that we are using quality oils on our pets. The essential oil myth, which Julie or I will highlight at some point tonight, very much like to stress you out about using essential oils around your pets. If you're using high quality essential oils, you have nothing to be concerned about. And that's why we trust in doTERRA, because they go through so many layers of testing, including third-party testing, and you know exactly what you're getting. And so if it says lavender on the bottle, you are getting a bottle of lavender essential oil. You're not getting any additives or anything mixed in, which is also something that's very, very key. So everything we do say tonight, keep in mind, it must be used with a certified pure tested grade oil, which you're only going to find from doTERRA. Let's carry on. So next method that we can do with pets is the topical method. So remember that when we're applying essential oils topically, it's important to dilute them properly based on the size of our pet. For most small animals, a 1 to 2% dilution is recommended. Larger pets can typically tolerate a stronger dilution around 3 to 5%. And when in doubt, keep in mind that a little goes a long way. You can always add more, we just can't take away. So we want to make sure that we're using proper dilution. That's key to safe essential oil usage. And we have a few best practices when it comes to applying our oils topically. So you can massage diluted drops along the spine, which is a common area where pets are used to being petted or brushed, making it a comfortable and natural place for them to have essential oils introduced to their bodies. Another spot is the ears, but only do so if your pet is comfortable with it. Some cats, for example, might not be comfortable with that, where maybe the dog would be in comparison. Never apply oils inside the ear, just the outer area. It's a good practice to remember that oils do not go into eyes, they do not go into ears, and we are very careful where we put them in sensitive areas. And we never want to put them into an area that our pet might be uncomfortable with. We also want to make sure that for our pets that enjoy massages, that we use a diluted amount of the oil, and we can do a little bit of a massage for them, maybe where they have areas of stiffness or tension. It makes them feel better quite quickly. And this approach benefits not only their physical health, but it strengthens the bond between you and them. Also, we're making sure that we're observing their reaction. How are they reacting to what we're doing? Does it seem like it's happy body, language? Is it happy behavior? Are they running away from you and you're having to chase them down? Probably not the oil for them, or probably not the technique for them. So make sure you're just watching that. And then if there are any signs of discomfort, stop immediately. You can even use a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil or something to dilute it further in that area, just in case there's a little bit of discomfort. And then just avoid areas, like we said, the eyes, the nose, the genitals, the mouth. Nothing goes in the eyes, nothing goes in the ears, nothing goes around those areas. And then also, if you have a pet that is going outdoors, just be aware of photosensitive oils like our citrus oils, just because the sun can increase the sensitivity of applied topically. And then here is a chart on that. So if you want to screenshot it or take a picture of it, this is a really excellent one. Or you can post in the group and we can send it to you as well to have as a resource for you. I thought I put the top 10 oils here. Apparently I did not, Julie, so surprise. We're on to movement and joint health.
Sure, we're having technical issues today.
Today has been a day. We need some oils.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to talk about joints? What would you
Sure.
like?
Well, I'll do the top 10 quickly.
Sure.
So the
I think
top
I
10
do have a
oils,
slide. Oh, here, look, there's something.
okay. Top 10 oils for dogs. This is according to one of our advisors, Dr. Janet Rourke, who Holly mentioned. So for dogs, frankincense, lavender, helichrysum, zengest, which is the one Holly mentioned for happy tummies. On Guard, so our immunity booster blend. Balance, our grounding blend. Myrrh, Roman chamomile, copaiba, and Aroma Touch, which is the massage and pain blend. For cats, top 10, similar but a little different. Myrrh, lavender, copaiba, helichrysum, the zengest, balance, stronger, which is actually in the kids line, and it's a kids immunity booster blend. Juniper berry, Terra Shield, which is the like to make your own bug spray, and Arbor Vitae. What you really, our big caution here in this diagram, you can see birch, wintergreen, and tea tree, hard pass. You don't want to ever use those aromatically, topically, or internally with small pets. They can be toxic. On a side note, horses are so big, it doesn't matter, they're fine. And then other oils, be cautious with ones that are spicy, like cinnamon, oregano, thyme, like just really strong, powerful oils. You want to do extra dilution with those ones.
And something that was explained to me at one of our seminars that we went to as well that I thought was kind of interesting is that we don't want to use the oils like birch and wintergreen and tea tree, but they were saying too that it's not necessarily that it's something that would cause serious harm, but there's just better options. So why would we not use the better options, and make sure that they're extra safe for our pets? So it's not like you could put tea tree into your diffuser in your house and worry about your cat. I diffuse everything around my pets. But would I put them into a closed space and diffuse? Absolutely not. Would I put it near their food? Absolutely not. So it's just using some, kind of common sense with the oils, and you don't need to stress too much. We just have better options, best options to use rather than those things.
That's a good way to put it too. And in very small amounts, they're good too. Like for On Guard, for example, there is cinnamon in there, but there's tons of other things. So it's not very strong and it's fine.
Yeah. And there's things that like I'm more comfortable doing with my pets than I would advise someone else to do. But I can tell you when my dog got attacked by a raccoon, she's black and I couldn't see where she had any marks on her. I sprayed her down with the On Guard mist because I was like, we're not taking any chances of any sort of bacteria. Would I do that all the time? No. But you can use kind of the same discretion that you use with your families, your human families, and make some informed decisions and educated decisions on what to use. Do you want to go to joints now, since we've already led with that, previewed it?
Sure.
Joints? Okay, cool.
Let me find them.
It's down. I don't know why I chose joints first, but it's there.
That's not good.
I think it rearranged when I
rearranged
downloaded
when
it.
you put it, when you shared. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
All right. So joint health. Essential oils can play a supportive role in managing joint discomfort and promoting mobility, especially for aging pets. Copaiba is one of the top oils for joint and musculoskeletal support. It helps soothe occasional discomfort and can be applied topically over joints or sore muscles. To use topically, dilute 6 to 8 drops in 2 teaspoons of carrier oil for dogs and 2 to 4 drops for cats. Gently pat the essential oil blend over your animal's muscles or joints. It's really nice for if you have a bigger dog that their hips get sore when they get older, if you have hip dysplasia. It works really well for that. You can also give copaiba orally for joint support and comfort levels and calming. For dogs over 30 pounds, you can do 1 copaiba soft gel once or twice daily with food, or you can put drops right on their food if you don't have the soft gels, or if they spit out pills. For dogs under 30 pounds and for cats, you just dip a toothpick into the oil. So you're not even doing a full drop. You're just doing a little tiny bit on a toothpick and stir that into their food. For pets that like massages, like Kaydee mentioned earlier, the Aroma Touch oil is the best one for that. And again, put a few drops in some carrier oil and massage it over your pet where it's needed, where they're sore. It's very good for dogs who get sore after long walks or playtime, especially if, you know, they're aging and you still want to get them out and then give them some relief and relaxation when you've come back home. Or if they, you know, met some dog at the dog park and they were super excited and they played really hard that day, just be proactive and do a little bit of that. Turmeric is also another one to put into your pet's routine. It supports joints health and inflammation. You can give it in the capsule for large dogs or the drops on their food as well, just like copaiba. And for smaller pets, dilute 1 drop of turmeric in 2 teaspoons of carrier oil because it is quite strong. And just remember that exercise is just as important as rest for our pets. So even as they age, they still need to move around a little bit, and you can just support them with that.
Perfect. Okay, so nutrition and digestive support. So essential oils can play a supportive role in maintaining a highly digestive system for our pets, helping promote a balanced gut, alleviate occasional digestive discomfort, and support nutrient absorption. A few essential oils are particularly beneficial for our digestive health in our pets. Digestion, or Zengest in the States, can be applied topically, diluted on the abdomen to help with occasional stomach upset. Ginger and copaiba are also excellent choices for supporting the digestive function, as they can help soothe the gastrointestinal tract and encourage overall comfort. There's also other options as well that you can use in terms of our supplements, like our probiotics or our Terrazyme, our omega-3 fatty acids. All those things are going to be very beneficial to your pets and to their gut health, just like they are to ours. I can say with the digestion, it has saved me many, many times over the years for both my dog and my cat, Benny. Chica is my dog from Mexico. She's a very high stress, only likes certain people, would prefer to live in a cave in my room for the rest of her life and not even go for walks or anything. And she gets really, really upset stomach often when she's stressed. So digestion is the best thing for her. I also use Tamer on her as well at times. And then I noticed right away there's a change because I can't hear the gas like ripping through her stomach, like all the squeaks and noises from it. And then she goes and eats her dinner. And typically it's after a few days of her not eating. And then also with my cat Benny, he's part Bengal, so he's an exotic breed, and he does not do well under anesthetic. He tries to die on us. And he used to have to be sedated all the time because he would get constipated. And then he would try and die, and it was very stressful and not great. And I started using the digestion on him. And sometimes I'll also include the tamer, depending on the day. And normally within 10 to 15 minutes of me applying it, he goes to the bathroom, he has no problems, and he no longer has to go to the vet. He no longer tries to die under anesthetic. And it is a excellent situation for everybody involved. So I can definitely tell you that these work. They are effective. Highly, highly recommended for everybody, but also our pets. Rest and sleep.
All righty.
Yes,
So pets, like us, need quality sleep to recharge and maintain their health. Essential oils can serve as a natural way to create a calming environment, promoting relaxation and restful sleep. Lavender is one of the most well-known oils for relaxation, and it is safe for pets when used correctly and purely. You can diffuse it in the room before bedtime to create a soothing atmosphere, or apply a diluted drop to your pet's foot pads if you know that your pet has selected it and he likes it. You can also use the doTERRA's sleep blend called Serenity, which is lavender with other calming oils like Roman chamomile and ylang ylang for added relaxation benefits. When using essential oils to help your pets rest, diffusion is the most gentle and effective option. If you add 3 or 4 drops of lavender or Serenity to a water-based diffuser, ensure the room door is open, and just make it a calming bedtime routine for them, like you would for yourself or for your children. And then the whole house just knows it's time to wind down. We're going to bed, and we can move on from there. You can also use some for, if there's a stressful situation, you want them to calm down, like a thunderstorm or that kind of thing. You can use doTERRA Balance, which is the grounding blend, or Adaptive, which is, I like to call the anxiety blend. They both foster a sense of tranquility and can assist with just taking everything down a notch. It's really helpful. And then for stress, little tweak on it for stress, like people, pets can experience stress, changes of their environment, loud noises, separation. really busy day when everybody's running around. So essential oils can promote a soothing, comforting environment where people and pets can feel safe and relaxed. So adaptive, again, is a great choice for that, as well as copaiba. You can diffuse one or the other or both together around your pet for 20 to 30 minutes, or apply the touch version, so the diluted roller balls of either one of those. If you roll it on your hands first and then pet them along their back or their belly. So when applying oils for relaxation, just keep it really short and watch for their reactions. Not all animals respond the same way, of course. So just start slowly and give your pet a chance to really adapt to it and let it soak in and let their brain clue into, oh, it's okay now. And also remember that pets are highly attuned to their owner's emotions. If we're stressed, if the house is chaotic, that's going to reflect on them. They mirror us. So if you're diffusing, it helps everybody.
Sometimes I even like putting it on my dog's collar. That's
Yes.
like always with her, especially like on Halloween or at those moments. So absolutely. Okay. Oh, there was a stress management one. Look at us. Okay, toxic load. So creating a clean, safe environment for pets is essential to their health. We and our animals are exposed to toxins in our surroundings, whether it's from our household cleaners, synthetic fragrances, some types of pet products as well. Reducing the toxic load can significantly benefit our well-being, and essential oils can offer a simple, natural way to help. I can speak from experience. Please go and see your veterinarians about things like flea and parasite control. Do not buy them from pet stores or over the counter at Home Depot or Canadian Tire or any of those places. They're extremely toxic to not only your pet, but also to you. But also just keeping in mind, like our own environments, we want to keep them as natural as possible. Same thing with the environment that our pets are in. So doTERRA On Guard has powerful cleansing benefits and properties and can help eliminate pathogens without exposing our animals and ourselves to harsh chemicals. It also helps create a hostile environment. So like bleach, it will eradicate everything, but it will create a hostile environment for 7 days after you clean. So you're not having things start to regrow right away as well. It's also excellent to use the On Guard laundry soap to wash pet bedding. It also is great for getting stains out. So excellent all around. And airborne toxins can also affect our pets, so it's helpful to diffuse oils that purify the air, like doTERRA Breeze. You could also do Air X, especially if we get those forest fire kind of smoky air qualities. That's going to help them too. And doTERRA Breathe can help clear the air, making it a better environment for them, a better breathing experience for everybody. And then you would just add 3 to 4 drops to a water-based diffuser and follow all the safety protocols that we talked about when it came to diffusing.
I will just add, sorry, Katie, that
Yeah,
the
no, it's okay.
On Guard cleaner concentrate, when you make your own cleaner, actually does really well for cat pee.
Mhm.
And that's a hard one.
Yeah, absolutely. I like mixing in a little bit of Purify also and vinegar. Unfortunately, have experience. Sometimes too much experience. We don't have a slide for myths, so do you want me just to go over them?
Sure.
Quickly? Okay, so myths. Number 1, using oils causes liver or kidney damage. Yes, adulterated oils absolutely will. It will happen in you as well, not just your pets, but pure oils that are certified and tested grade can actually support your liver and your kidney. I haven't done my pet's blood work recently. He's going in August, but I did my blood work recently and there's night and day difference. So it very much can help you and help support you. Number 2, citrus oils are toxic to cats. So yes, only in super crazy high doses of it. And even then it's not fatal. And if you are using doTERRA oils, it's going to be a way larger amount than it would be with other synthetic oils. So you don't need to stress about it. It's just that there's better options. Number 3, eucalyptus is toxic to cats. Okay, so yes, we do not want to use eucalyptus internally or topically on our cats because there's better options that are going to serve them better anyways, but you can diffuse around them. Like I said, I have 4 cats. I have not killed a cat yet with essential oils, and I diffuse all the time. all the time. I have multiple diffusers. I have oils on myself. I use it in my bedding, everything, and they are fine. Everyone is good. They actually quite like it most of the time. So if you are a little bit worried about diffusing that though around your pets, you could use something like cardamom. It's going to help for respiratory support, and it's just like uber ultra safe, just to give you some peace of mind. But I would have zero issue with diffusing eucalyptus, and in fact do it all the time around my cats. Never pet your cat after using your essential oils is another myth. It's a great way to apply oils to them if needed. We talked about it, the petting method. So just be aware of the oils that you have on you and how they're diluted before you do that. And then just make sure you're avoiding our top three, which is the wintergreen, birch, and tea tree, or even the deep blue, just because it contains some of those oils. But really not a concern. There's a lot of myths. There's a lot of scary things out there, a lot of scary graphics on Facebook and social media. Nothing to stress about. You are in good hands, we promise. As always, though, it is important to make sure that you do talk to your veterinarian. There's lots of veterinarians that use essential oils, and I'm not by any means, and Julie's not by any means saying just use oils for everything. There is times where Western medicine does need to make an appearance and be used, but definitely there's natural options we can use as well, which is really great. We also just wanted to talk a little bit about doTERRA Healing Hands, because I think it's a really important aspect of who doTERRA is and what we stand for. And so in the beginning, Melissa introduced me as a impact advocate, and this is a name that I just decided to give myself. And it's because to me, I love that the products are so great and they're so amazing and they help so many people, but I also love the impact that we're making around the world. We are truly helping people on both sides of the bottle. So when you purchase a doTERRA oil, we have sourced it around the world through co-impact sourcing. So not only is the oil that you're getting, or the plant that you're getting, the most therapeutic grade that it possibly could be, but you're also helping people within those communities. doTERRA has eliminated the middleman, the oil broker. We deal directly with the farmers and the harvesters themselves. So they have access to things like fair pricing and payment on time, and also the resources that doTERRA brings into that area, such as helping them with building schools, clean water, access to medical care, access to food. They help in those ways, but what that also does is it also starts to eliminate things like trafficking, because parents don't feel that they no longer have an option to help their kids, and they know that they can keep them at home and they can keep them safe and they can provide for them. Quite often those situations start to happen because parents feel that their kids would have a better life somewhere else, and they don't understand the consequences of what they're doing. We also help with things like teaching women about their fertility, and we help them with, re-coming back into society if there has been some sort of trafficking situation or something that has happened to them. So doTERRA is not just focused on essential oils or products. We are very focused on impacting the world in a healthy, positive way and healing the world. And so not only are you getting this really awesome quality product that is super safe and super effective for you, but you, every time you use a drop of oil, are helping someone around the world have a better life as well. And so this is something that is near and dear to my heart, also to Melissa and also to Julie. It's something that really inspires us to do good. And I think sometimes people get bogged down in, like, you're just trying to sell products, or you're just trying to sell me something. And that's not the case. We're actually coming from a place of our heart of wanting to help people. And it's not just the person who's in front of us, even though we know that they're going to experience amazing benefits. So just something to keep in mind. doTERRA is trying to triple its impact by 2030. We are doing a really good job of that. And I'm part of the 25 Collective, which is something that doTERRA started recently. And it's been amazing to see the impact that is happening in these areas, and things that we just super take for granted in a lot of ways, like just access to clean, fresh water, or a roof over our heads, or the ability to go out and find work, or get dental care, or have healthy babies that are not going to die because we have medical care. So it's just something to keep in mind with doTERRA. So that is it. That is all. In closing, Julie, do you want to do our closing? Melissa, who wants to do it? Anyone? Everyone?
I'm happy. I just want to note, Holly would love a post, and I think we have them in there. I have them in one of our communication groups, and we'll post those that we have in our communication group top oils for dogs, top oils for cats. I've got those and I'll put them in our group. I'll tag you, Holly, on Facebook. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yep.
'Cause you grab it off there. But
Yep.
in closing, I just want to say thank you for your time, energy, effort, and heart. Thank you for being on here, each and every one of you, because it was the stories, like seriously, those stories of the animals that you care about, and that care for you. Just that to me, I actually got goosebumps. Like when you're talking about how animals react and respond and love the oils, gives me goosebumps. Julie, you and I've talked, I don't know if Kaydee or Holly, if I've told you, like Copaiba with my dog, he loves it so much, I'll put it on his cookie and he just sits there and licks it off his cookie first, right? And I'm like, oh, he's such a good boy. Like he knows, he gets so excited. So that feeling of supporting an animal when maybe 5 years ago that was such an unknown thing for me is just massive. And I look at him and I'm like, you're an old dog who is outliving your parents' age right now, this dog, and I can't see it in him. So I'm
No.
just, right? I know. So I'm so grateful because that's, I think, what a lot of us want is we want the best years and the best time with our babies, our fur babies. And I just am really grateful because I'm sitting there the whole time. I don't know if you know, it's like I'm taking notes because this is not my area of expertise. So I'm like, oh, these ideas. So just thank you because you put the time and effort into this and I really appreciate you. So yes, we'll share some more. We've got only a couple more days as this being an event, but I think the knowledge always stays up in there. So if we have to refer back to it, I think it's still up, if that makes sense. So
Okay. In
thank you,
Facebook
friend.
land, you mean?
Okay, and in 2 weeks' time, it's actually with Adam. Did you hear about this? With Adam, we're with Dr. Riggs and Kelly
Dr.
in 2
Riggs.
weeks
Dr.
from now.
Riggs.
So
Yeah,
we,
and Adam's group is joining, but Dr. Riggs, yeah.
yeah, I know.
And he's incredible. And he's local. Well, his wife's family is local to the Lower Mainland. They live on the island. And he's just so excited about BC and Canada. And every time I see him, he's like, oh, like I have to come back to Vancouver. And I said to him, like, would you like to come and have dinner with our team? And he was like, me? You want me to come? Like, I'm not one of the big ones. And I'm like, oh no, Dr. Riggs, you're amazing. He's such
He's
a
our
great
idol.
human. Oh, he's just the best human. So it's, yeah, he'll be really, really interesting. And he's also very down to earth and has a way of presenting things that really makes sense, even though he's super sciencey and very smart. He makes it like dialed in and good. So definitely join for that.
So good. So good. So what day is that? May? Help me up. May
8th, I think.
8th. So May 8th.
I'm gonna say that
7th.
wrong.
May
Sorry,
7th. May 7th. Is it 6 p.m. too?
At
I think it is
6.
6.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
make sure, save the date. It won't be this Zoom. It'll be, we'll share the Zoom in our group. So make sure you get it just to listen to someone who just knows so much. And every time I hear him, like there's just so much insight and he cares so much about people. It's just so good. All right. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, Holly.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, friends, have a really good evening and we'll see you in a couple weeks. We'll talk to some of you, we're still talking, but hopefully see you on the Zoom in a couple
No,
weeks.
nothing until 2 weeks from now. You're cut off.
Thank you for putting all that time and energy into this. I know it was chaotic for you. I appreciate you. Okay.
We're happy. It's all good.
I'm going to stop recording as I